Rex coming back with me here to talk a little bit about Hyper and the dub at the end of the day for TSM Academy, Cubby.
I think that Hyper and Takeover played that game really well. Like, while Hyper dropped the 14 kills, or I should say Takeover dropped the 14 kills, Hyper was the one who set him up for success, burning that flash from the Victor, revisiting with a gank, making sure the Takeover had a big lead, and man, the Takeover run with it or what.
Yeah, exactly that. I loved hearing a little bit of that, especially getting to hear, it's nice to play with Soul because, he's good at the game. And it all works out at the end. But we got to talk about our next matchup here because we do have another doozy on the table as another best of two is ready to kick off. We've got Golden Guardians Academy taking on Cloud9 Academy. And in this one specifically, right, it is interesting to see, Golden Guardians Academy did pick up their first win of the seasons, at least in the summer season itself. And then now Cloud9 Academy, really, I feel like starting to find the feet underneath themselves here. But I want to take a look at the Golden Guardians roster first and foremost, as they are still dealing with some subs and things along those lines, Cubby.
Yeah, and, I mean, having a coach play, not ideal. But, hey, at least Choose actually really stepped up in their one win they've picked up so far this split. I thought him and Acadian had a great game.
It was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was on a Wednesday, but it was big time for the side of Golden Guardians. I think that's what really helped them get that first win and have a chance to get a couple more wins on the board here. Hopefully going up against C9, who of course still does have a couple subs in that bot side.
Yeah, I think looking at their performances and seeing some of those, signs of life, I would say Desiree is important to see for Golden Guardians Academy, who still trying to piece the roster together, are showing some moments of brightness, right?
Yeah, they are showing moments of brightness. I completely agree with that because beating the first place team, it doesn't get much brighter than that. You are seeing some of these units kind of click together. What we were kind of seeing is this identity trying to be formed on Golden Guardians, but they're not really being able to click. The early game played towards the bottom lane from Acadian has been working out, but transitioning that into the mid game, into the late game, is where the problems have been arising. And Choose stepping up yesterday was the one to rectify that. He's rolled up his sleeves, he's grabbed the notebook, and he's slamming it down on other mid laners.
It's a nice little bit of visualization there for sure. But I loved it because I got to speak with, got to speak with Diamond after the series itself, and it was something along the lines of, you're welcome, Acadian. The 06 good week no longer. But it is important to highlight, right, that they were able to find a little bit of redemption in that fact. And it's a long split, and I know we're getting to a fourth of the way done here already, but it is important to state the fact that, like, you have to see some of that growth, and there are growing pains itself. And I think that's super important to highlight for this squad every time you see them on the Rift, Desiree.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of growing pains, but that's okay. That's what, Academy is. I forget who said it. There was an interview with, I think it was Chime who actually said it, who believes the regular season, these early stages, you're still figuring out your identity. So it's okay to slip up in these early parts because you still have the proving grounds. You're still guaranteed to get into that. So take the time to limit test and see how far you can go and dial that back down to fine tune it once you get towards the end of the season.
Yeah, exactly. And now, we talked a little bit about the signs of life for Golden Guardians Academy itself, but Cloud9 Academy on the other side. I know we've already gotten the Cubby soapbox on Busio a lot, on Sheeden a lot, but this roster as a whole is coming in, firing with Darshan now this week. I think is an important addition, and it feels like the roster is starting to get put together a little bit like we were talking about for Golden Guardians itself, Cubby.
Yeah, Darshan being added into the mix, it's big because I cannot remember a split of Academy where Darshan hasn't been a top 3 top laner, and some splits where he's just been a top 3 player in the entire league. I think Darshan has been fantastic. It's a little bit bittersweet. I think that, again, Philip Gamsu being promoted is cool, but I still think Darshan's a better player than both those guys. So, like, seeing him still in Academy, his teammates always praise him for the leadership he brings behind the scenes, whether that's in practice, in game, but I'm interested to see if he could perform because it was a 1-1 split yesterday against EGA. C9 had a tough game too. And I think the funny part about both of C9's wins is that Sheeden has Flame Horizon, the enemy jungle, in both of their wins, as he's gotten really big in those games.
I think that's That's an important fact to state there. But I think in the same vein that we've seen Golden Guardians Academy show some signs of life, I think Cloud9 Academy have done a lot of the same, Deserex.
Yeah, they have, and a lot of that has been, especially yesterday, towards Sheedon and Darshan, because Sheedon, while he is a very selfish jungler and will play for himself, he tends to hover around this top side a lot, and he knows where his power points are. For this game that unfolded with EG taking Kayle towards that top side, what's Sheedon gonna do? He's just gonna camp that and make sure he gets Darshan as ahead as possible. He's a smart player, and he knows where to allocate resources.
Sheedon destroyed that game, like from top to bottom. You cannot give him Taliyah. I really, I don't know like how C9's gonna play, especially because with the Taliyah combo, it does open up the Yone for Copy. That was, I believe, one of his most played champions in that Korean solo queue bootcamp that a lot of the C9 members had in this offseason, and Copy looked really good in the Yone in that game too.
Well, hey, I guess we'll find out who gets what as Champion Select is ready for our final series of the day. So take it away, Cubby and Deserex.
All right, ready for this next game, Golden Guardians Academy versus Cloud9 Academy. Now, personally for me, Golden Guardians having that rough start has been a little bit heartbreaking. I am still like a pretty big Array fan on that one. I was happy to see him get called up in the same way I was for Meech, but you know, they did get their win yesterday against one of the first place teams. So let's see if it's a sign of things to come for Golden Guardians.
And still really interested to see how the bans end up panning out on this patch. As of course, this is 12-11. It is our last set on this patch before we hand it over to the LCS for this weekend, the debut weekend of LCS. Good news for C9 fans. Of course, Darshan playing here does mean that Fudge will be on the LCS stage this weekend. So really big stuff for C9. Excited to see Fudge back in the top lane, as got to focus on these games first. And curiously enough, some respect being given over to Golden Guardians and Concept's Mundo. As Concept did return to the champion pool that we were used to seeing from Concept yesterday, I think that gave Golden Guardians a bit more success as well.
He's such a fun tank player. The Urgots, the Mundos, Concept, you gotta watch him. You gotta watch him. It's a lot of fun, and he wins a lot of Golden Guardians team fights through his tank play. The Mundo just was basically hard vibing in the middle of a team fight and getting a triple kill, so you can expect Concept to be that
all
team
of
player.
Zeri. Yeah. Just tanking up all of Tomo's Zeri, as that was another big part of their win. And we'll see here if Golden Guardians decide to take down the Senna, take out the Callista that has been Array's most played so far, if they don't want to give that over to the side of C9. And Senna's up. Frankly, I do expect the Senna to be locked in here for C9.
See if it gets locked in. Golden Guardians. We'll have the response right after that. Follow-up, Callista. Still available.
Taliyah.
Ooh, Taliyah.
Okay.
So, right, you were just talking about it. Sheedon doing really well on that one. That was the stomp over on EG, and the response out of Golden Guardians will be to grab the Senna. Most likely the jungle to follow up, save the support for the next one. But going for that, basically safety gaming over in the bot lane.
And Senna, I mean, it's so tough to get Senna plus like Tom Kench out of lane. We'll see if it is a TK or a jungle lock-in next, but also, Senna scale helps your team scale so much because that front-to-back line damage, that line heal, is so powerful on the side of Senna. So we'll see Golden Guardians. I think this puts a big emphasis on the later stages of the game for them, whereas C9, looking at their draft so far, that's a Callista Renata for the side of Wixie and Trevor. That is all about the early game with this Taliyah, and we'll have to see what AD solo laners they lock in around this Taliyah. As again, Copy yesterday was massive on the Yone. Wouldn't be surprised if that was taken away from him here. As, yeah, especially with that Ahri lock-in, I'm expecting a Yone ban immediately.
So Choose able to get the Ahri onto this one.
You can play it, but I wouldn't play it.
And the Callista Renata, man, that's been such an aggressive lane to watch. It's been getting banned away a lot more. We saw it much more in week number 1, but the whole idea is the early waves, you're looking for a fight.
First 3 waves, you get a lot of push, and we'll see if Sheedon and C9 can make the most of it. As again, Sheedon, I think of the 2 wins that C9 has had, it has been the Sheedon show. He has gotten so far ahead of the enemy jungler while still impacting the map. I don't know, it just feels like this guy clears camps faster than everyone else. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, when he gets ahead, it is a big problem to deal with, as looks like on the side of C9, they're going to be taking away a couple top laners that they might not want to deal with from Concept. frankly, the Scion ban tells me that Darshan might be going towards a blind Gnar.
He's done it before. He did it yesterday, actually. So
Yeah.
it's not the biggest surprising thing. It's kind of a standard playbook for him. As the next ban to come out is going to be the Fiora. This is something that Cloud9 were prioritizing a little bit more yesterday, trying to get that as a round 1 pick coming in for Cloud9 to secure that for Darshan. So that gets locked away. One more ban to come through from Cloud9's side.
And he also blinded Fiora yesterday, hopping on the train with the rest of the top laners that we have in the league. I'm a fan of the blind Fiora. I think Fiora is disgusting on this patch, no matter what you play into it. As Oldoff taken off the board now. Honestly, that screams that honestly could be a Gangplank. Still an option here for the side of Darshan. And I think Concept's reading that. Going to take the Gangplank for himself, so we'll see if Darshan ends up opting in for the Gnar matchup now.
The Gangplank locked in.
I would love this.
Is it going to do it?
I would love this. It was one of Darshan's most played picks last split, the Akshan. Tryndamere as well. Tryndamere actually saw a couple buffs on this patch too. Again, 80 soul laners is what it's all about for the side of C9, as that's going to be one of them. That's an Aurelia. I'm expecting that to go in the hands of Copy, but we shall see. As Copy was also a big Tryndamere player. So I think the fact that Darshan's hovering Ghost tells me that Tryndamere's going top, Aurelia's going mid. That makes a lot of sense. We'll see how Golden Guardians rounds things out as Cadian has to pick his jungle.
Man, I really like this from Cloud9. There's so many ways to set up the seismic shove. It's what's coming out to me. Even just having the Tryndamere in the same area, the Mocking Shout provides a slow for that. Now Golden Guardians are looking for the response. They're hovering onto it. The lock-in is the King.
Oh, okay. This is interesting. I like Kayn with Senna, because again, Senna, like the Qs, can help support Kayn. And it's a double assassin combo here for Golden Guardians. So I think the big thing for GG is just trying to get to the later stages, trying to survive the early onslaught they will be facing from Sheedan, from C9. We look at all the lanes that C9 has. Pushing bot lane, counter matchup in the top side with Tryndamere into Gangplank. And then Copy's Aurelia. We said the Copy coming out of Korea was really playing a lot of AD solo laners in the mid lane and was doing very well on the ladder. Hit Challenger over in the solo queue there. So we'll see if Copy can take advantage of the coach playing mid, and C9 can take advantage of GG's rough start to the season.
This matchup right now, you said it, rough start to the season. It's a lot of ground that needs to be made up for Golden Guardians, trying to find what's going to work for them and going to function for them. I was talking a lot about the individual skill that I saw from the members that are on Golden Guardians. Can that click? I hopefully will start to see that happen, given the composition they have. I think there's a lot of promise for this this game that's going to go underway, but goes both sides. I mean, this is a very aggressive comp that synergizes pretty well together from Cloud9.
And it's all about the early game for C9. Eyes have to be on Sheedan. Eyes have to be on how C9 are able to take advantage of all the early strength they have from top to bottom. For GG, it's just about scaling, getting the Kayn evolution in, getting to the 2-item plus spike. We'll see if Golden Guardians can get there. They team fight really well, but God, the side laners from C9 are going to be so tough for Golden Guardians to deal with throughout the entirety of the game, too. GG, they need to get into the team fights, whereas for C9, it's all about this 1-3-1.
And it's so standard for some of the members of Cloud9. You know, Darshan has been like this career side lane player who is infamous for just split pushing the living daylights out of people. Ever since the foundation of the LCS as a whole, Darshan has been just doing that time and time again. So these side lanes provided by Cloud9, not just strong in champion, but strong in player, as Darshan goes right in after Acadian. There's going to be a collapse onto him. He's going to get exhausted. He'll burn his flash, but this is lockdown. Or is it?
He got out.
Away. The triple stun goes through. Darshan, what are you doing, Mr. President? They're able to protect him.
All right. This guy's a maniac. I cannot believe that he just got away with that. As that is both sums down. That will really help Concept in this matchup. As you can see, Darshan, to start with the E, of course, does have the Doran shield, will have a lot of sustain, but has to survive this early lane phase now against Concept.
What was Darshan doing?
He was asserting dominance early, Deserex.
No kidding. It was a hell of a move to just go ahead and slide on in deep into the enemy jungle level 1.
He was in there.
But, yeah, that's Darshan for you, I suppose.
Darshan, always someone that knows his level 1s, though. One of the big strengths that he has is top
What do you
laner.
call that knowing level 1, Cubby? Come on.
I mean, I'm transitioning this into the lane. He's going to try and survive the onslaught here.
Okay. That's more fair. I thought you were talking about the invade. I can understand that.
I mean, yeah, that was calculated, obviously. Totally worth.
That's a regular one in his playbook.
Yeah. Actually, we'll be able to get that creep. Darshan, once this wave bounces, honestly, should be fine. Should be able to get a decent reset. As we did talk about the early onslaught from C9. Again, the game plan here for C9, utilize early game, get your soul lanes ahead, and then 1-3-1 from there. I think in the 1-3-1, Golden Guardians will never really be able to deal with the champions of C9. It's just going to be all about Golden Guardians in the team fight. Can they utilize the Ahri, the Gangplank to slow down the members of C9 and try and take a lot of early objectives? That's going to be the big key here, as we see Shiden already skipping over a couple camps. This wave was crashed early by the C9 bot lane, but Shiden looking to get involved, might be trying to find Acadian. He's doing both at the same time. Oh, he's low.
Too.
Oh,
Acadian's low too. He has no idea what's coming at him.
Oh, huge.
He's able to heal up. Good heal goes through. Acadian's going to be fine.
That's big for Acadian. Actually sneaks away with both camps. Will be set behind in terms of the crabs, but if one of those, if he doesn't get the Gromp, if he doesn't get the blue, that could easily be a kill for Shiden. So really well done by Acadian. We'll lose out on the crabs, but that's still okay. Kane survives the first clear.
Shiden will go from one area of the map to the next, looking for a victim to be had, and Concept is overextending towards this top side. Now, for Talia, in the last patch, she did get a lot of her damage nerfed around her Q, but her clear towards jungle camps, well, yeah, definitely needed with the oppression that you could put in the mid lane. His clear towards jungle camps, relatively staying okay as he had a buff. She had a buff over towards that way, but now Shiden spotting out a movement here coming out from Acadian, trying to match the jungler of Golden Guardians.
Ooh. Acadian will have to sneak away, as Shiden just here to make sure that Darshan, again, he was driven low, doesn't have any summoners left. They're just going to team push this wave, make sure that each member can get out safely. I do like this from the side of C9, as Control Ward going to go to the pockets of Shiden there from Acadian. Acadian should be able to resume his second clear, and overall, honestly, a good start for Golden Guardians. I mean, they haven't fallen behind early, did not fall victim to anything that Talia had in the first clear. Just take a little bit for Kane to get rolling in these games, and Acadian surviving is big for Golden Guardians.
Now with the recall coming out from Darshan and Shiden, resetting over towards that top side, it is going to have Shiden pathing towards the bottom lane, and we do have a dragon spawning within the next 5 seconds. Shiden's not going to be within that area. Mostly the setup is very heavily favored towards Cloud9. Shiden does start pathing into that direction, but dragon is now up. No one else really set.
Still got to believe, though, that C9, with the Callista Renata, advantage to take dragon should be there as early as Copy. Dodged out on the charm, but this could be trouble.
Stun on Acadian. Acadian couldn't even dash through, but will get closer to Copy. Finally had to get a lockdown onto him. But no hard CC to be had right there, so Copy just walks out, Acadian applying the pressure.
And Shiden loses a camp, so that's a pretty big deal. Again, I really favor Talia early into the Kane as Copy. Posturing very aggressively. Shiden, again, will help team push this lane out as it's a tough wave state for Copy. And importantly for Shiden, neither of his laners have teleport. So this does force the jungler to sometimes show up and manicure these lanes if things don't go to the game plan. And I think Shiden's done a nice job of that here in this early game.
Looking at Darshan over on this top side. On this Tryndamere. If he gets going, Darshan can be an absolute bully. You saw that with Surdy earlier. He was just over on that top side, he got that strong lead, and would basically keep tower diving him 1v5, if he even had the chance. Sometimes to a detriment, but I think that's the fun in Darshan. Mr. President always has a good time when he's on the Rift.
And you can see Darshan, again, early at Tryndamere this patch, did get some of the power in the heal back, but I think given the fact that he had to burn both sums, the early lane didn't exactly go the way that he wanted. Concept's doing a nice job of this match again on a champ that he's not exactly known for as Acadian. He's caught.
Ooh,
Goodbye.
a nice catch out right there. Acadian deleted. And with that, Cloud9, easy take of the dragon.
And trying to contest power on this bot side, while the Callista Renata is still very strong in the lane. I think C9, it's really important they're able to pick up some early dragons and cash in on some of the early power they have in their lanes. Really well done, especially by Copy, connecting that ult. Spell Doom for Acadian. That's first blood going over to C9.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. There's so many tools that set up Seismic Shove. You look at the mid lane, Copy just needs to land a stun. You go look at the bottom lane, a Ren provides a slow, not to mention the Renata. Go look at the top lane, even with Tryndamere, you have the Mocking Shout. There are many, many ways to get off that Seismic Shove, as continuing the scrap is the bot lane.
Wixie Trevor doing their damnedest. You can see now that the Tom Kench Senna does have a lot more power. Once you get a couple levels, really helps Senna get a little bit more base health. And of course, points in Q. That ability is filthy. As Cadian. Oh, he's got 6. Sheedan's in trouble.
Able to walk away. Now the ultimate going to be used out of Wixie. Pops it out onto Trevor. Pulls him back in with the handshake.
Trevor?
A lot of damage is coming in, and it can be very deceitful how much a Callista can do when she pulls that rend.
Will at least guarantee a nice reset. I actually want to keep our eyes on this topside jungle. I think Sheedan's losing out on more camps. As this starts the game from Acadian's been really good. Is now Darshan going to have to press that ultimate. Will sneak on out, but this forces him to drop that wave. His Copy trying to hover. Will not be there, though. Darshan just has to watch these creeps go to the wayside.
Copy still walking over here to try and help out Darshan. He has some minions to hop to find the reset. Gets the stun onto Concept. Acadian is too late.
Big.
Copy has claimed Concept.
Great roam from Copy as he saves this top lane. I want to see now if Sheedan actually goes to catch the mid lane once the Ahri tries to crash it. Really good movements from the mid laner of C9, who I think early in this split has been specializing in helping out Sheedan. Good to see Copy get out of lane and help out his top laner there. As now Copy will be trying to catch mid in time. Oh, Trevor, he actually snuck in. Shoes.
The handshake. Just throwing a minion at Shoes. A little bit of a petty movement right there. Trevor now going for the rotation. Doesn't realize he's about to be caught out in rotation.
Good flash.
Now still trying to get away. Out comes the Spirit Rush. Still not enough. Can't get the assist in time. There's no one to go down, so it's a kill going over to Acadian.
Really nice rotations coming out from Golden Guardians in response as Chime gets out of lane, gets a catch onto Trevor, and matches some of the pressure that C9 has been able to throw out early. And again, if this lane, or this game gets to some of the later stages, we are worried about C9's power in the side lanes, but we know that the 5v5 from Golden Guardians with the Ahri with the Gangplank is very strong, is now trying to get the shutdown on the Copy.
Ooh, ultimate going to be used onto Copy. Following him through will be Acadian. A nice sidestep coming out from Copy to dash right through him. It's going to keep him alive, so good play to come out, but able to chase away the flash of Copy in the mid lane.
And with no TPs on the side of C9, this should be the free Rift Herald going over. Really like the roam from Array. We'll see if C9 wants to contest. Copy still has the ultimate, but no flash and is low. Watch Sheedan.
Trevor's leading in, waiting for the hostile takeover just to get the handshake. Finally able to pull Concept right back in, and Concept's going to go down. Cloud9 wrestle control of the Rift Herald right back from Golden Guardians.
Low health bar doesn't matter for Copy because C9, they have 5 at the plate, SRX. They ditched the bot lane, are able to make it to the Rift Herald. Really important they pick up that objective. Again, the 1-3-1 from C9 is killing this game. Golden Guardians will not have a way to match it. So C9, if they are able to take first brick with Shelly, that's a big deal in helping not only get gold in the side laners' pockets, but also take that first brick and open up the map for this 1-3-1.
And the teleport being used, Concept trying to catch that wave. So much pressure applied from Cloud9. Just looking where Shelly will be placed down from Sheedan, who's had a great start in trying to impact a lot of these rotations that are going off for Cloud9. But Golden Guardians trying their best to match here, only getting a kill onto Acadian, falling behind about a K. Now we have a Dragon coming up within the next 50 seconds, and Choose caught out by a stun. Charm able to match. Copy now coming in with the Vanguard's edge. He's still gonna dive and will take down Choose.
That Aurelius fed. C9 are off to the race. Now Concept. He's in trouble. No flash.
Another one with the seismic shove. Darshan wailing away, slamming down the gigantic great sword. Sheedan gets the kill to Concept.
And C9 playing through their solo laners. I love this from Sheedan. He reset, took the Gromp, sprints immediately back up here once Concept starts to push out this lane. No flash, no cannon barrage for the Gangplank. That's first brick going over to C9 as we tease the power of their early game. We tease the power of their side laners. And now, thanks to some help from Sheedan, both the solo laners for C9 are off to the races.
Here we go. Another charge coming out from the top lane. Shelly slamming into that tower. Now a couple more hits coming in. Not going to find much else as the siege now coming to its end, and the rest of Cloud9 going to pull off, cashing in on all that gold. They're still looking to cash in more, though, because we still got 2 minutes with plates up, and Copy wants to grab some.
Concept actually trying to catch Sheeden here. He should not be able to get away unless he's able to land a nice double barrel. Not the case. As Golden Guardians not able to quite find an answer to the solo laners of GG yet in this game, Deserex, and we'll see if GG decides to fight any of these upcoming dragons, as we're going to take a second look. The solo bolo that Copy landed on the choose again. Copy with his Aurelia. Really like, so you can hide the E's with the Qs. You can animation cancel that part. So you can see Copy. It was really hard to see him throw down the first one when he dashed. He dropped it like in his model and used it when he tagged the minion. So Choose didn't really see it coming, wasn't quite able to react. The fact that Copy lands that E means that Ari not able to escape. And the 9 feathers ends up going down to the 9 blades. Or however many blades it really has. I don't know. It's a lot. 7?
I'm
Ionian
honestly
blades?
not sure.
They're pretty thick. You get 4
6,
stacks.
7? Somewhere around there?
I can't count. Don't
Okay,
do live
wait,
math
wait,
on
wait,
here.
I got a
I feel like
chance.
this. Hold on, zoom
I
in.
see
Give
6
me
per
to zoom
side,
in
6
on
per side,
Aurelia.
6
Can
per
we
side.
count them up?
I saw 6 per side.
I know it's 9 feathers on Ari.
3 per
That's
side,
in lore.
excuse me.
3 aside?
Right.
Yeah, 3 aside.
Yep, 3 aside.
All right,
6
I
blades.
suck. It is 6. Nice.
It's all right, it's all right. It's not your field.
There's another one.
Your field's in casting, and ooh, Copy with that long-range stun.
Copies Aurelia. Again, seeing him on these very aggressive melee picks. Again, when Copy first made a name for himself on the ladder, he was known for Zed, known for Silas. I think at this point, he's proven his champion pool is wide enough to play at this level. Maybe one more above. And Copy doing it again here. Okay. The split push ultimate coming out here from Darshan. That's calculated. You know, the towers, they heat up more, Deserex. That's not quite as much as the last patch, but the new season.
He's been around long enough, man. He's been around long enough. He could play how he wants, Cubby. You don't gotta criticize him.
He got a plate. It was worth 160 gold for 160-second cooldown. It's not quite that much, but you know, it sounded snappy. I'm gonna stop doing math. You can see C9 still keeping strength in their solo laners, sending them Aurelia now to the side lane. No one's gonna be able to deal with this Aurelia in the top side, Deserex, as Golden Guardians forced Nook elsewhere, going to try and attack bot. But Sheeden, nice hover.
Yeah, now Choose coming down. Sheeden just
Clear's
talking out
done.
where Cadian's going.
Yeah, Clear's done. He's just hovering, trying to keep his bot lane safe. Golden Guardians, they know they're spotted. Sheeden is not. I love how he's hovering the bot side here. It means that he's going to stay hidden, and once Cadian backs off, now he can recall.
Darshan over in the mid lane was hovering there for just a second, but now the recall's made. Sure, if Cloud9 the wiser to it. Copy over on this top end.
Oh, Copy wins
He'll
this.
just grab the tower. He's underneath it. Will take it down, but Concept still looking to return
He's got
fire
the
with
wave.
that cannon barrage. Now the wave going down. Choose Acadian roaming over towards that top side, but get caught out on the way. Have to deal with a little bit of extra
AC3.
attention, and there's the hostile
Oh!
takeover going out.
What?
But an instant retreat coming out from Golden Guardian's bot lane.
Now Copy, he's in big trouble on the top side. Already burned ult. Does have flash up, but I think he's going to go down this one. He's just trying to get out.
Oh, man.
Best he can, yeah. He's just going to try and take the wave.
Yeah, he's going to dance around. Meanwhile, Cloud9. Ooh, a
There
nice
it
seismic
is.
shove to come out of Sheeden. He's going to lock down Chime, who tries to get
Oh,
the
no.
Missile Voyage. He's able to hop
Again.
away. And look at Copy. He's still inside the base. What's going on here? This is a little bit of insanity. He's not even in this game. He's in Dignitas. Here comes Copy fighting out with Acadian. He can't finish off Acadian. It's going to be a shutdown, Cubby. What in the world, man? Copy so deep in the base.
He burned the flash too. If he got an extra auto down onto Kane, it would have been close, but not the case. Golden Guardian's able to find something, but it's still C9. Seeing all those members on the top side, 2 attempts on the Chime. Somehow Chime survives both of them as he Abyssal Voyage the first seismic shove and then survived the other. That at least means that Golds goes over to C9. It's shut down for Golden Guardians, but still all the map control. It's in C9's favor. And that's what the game is about for C9. It's about shoving out these waves, spotting Golden Guardians that way. And then once you see more members showing on the sides than what you're showing, that enables Sheeden to make these quick tempo plays with the Weaver's Wall. It's been a really well-executed game plan from C9, even if Copy's dying to Fountain Turrets. It's been well done. We'll see if it can continue.
Yeah, Copy's really making a case for himself, just alone with this performance in this game. You know, back in the days of 100 Thieves,
Oh, boy.
when they first got involved, Copy was one of those explosive members on that debut roster. Now here's Concept caught out. Couple of whales
Oh, the
away coming
barrels.
from Darshan, and flash over the wall. It's very hard to outrun a Tryndamere, and with one more spin, Darshan takes down Concept.
Love how Trevor and Darshan were double autoing the barrels too, as Darshan did go pretty deep. Golden Guardians trying to collapse, but I think they're a little bit late to the play, and Sheedan's now here to answer. We'll see if they take it.
All right, Missile Dive coming out from Chime, but it's a 2-on-1. Chime by his lonesome. Now Darshan and Trevor looking to give chase. Here comes the root, not going to land from Array. Hostile Takeover goes off, lands onto 2, but the retreat coming in time, and there is a seismic shove onto Choose, knocks him down to half of his health bar. Look at the mid lane. Copy is not letting up. He's going for the push.
And this is the game plan from C9, right? Spot members, buy time, absorb the engages, and just let the soul laners go to work outside of that. As now Copy might be in trouble again.
Oh, he's going to go for the outplay. He's looking for Choose. He gets Choose low, but Choose with the Spirit Rush hops away. Copy still trying to get to his teammates, but a cannon barrage zones him off.
Really nice Q2 from Choose. Hitting on the back half, getting the double damage immediately. Make sure that Copy goes down as Copy a little bit overextended on the mid lane one more time. At least GG able to get something on the back half, but still, you can see the waves. Both side waves being shoved into the side of Golden Guardian's map. C9 going a little bit aggressive, a little bit aggro, so he's opening up some windows to punish, but we'll see what C9 does around this dragon. Because again, C9, were able to net the first 2 dragons of the game thanks to that bot lane priority they had, thanks to some nice plays from Sheedan. We'll see if that C9 even attempts to fight this one, as again, GG really like their team fight, but some of the big ultimates are down from trying to get Copy here, Desrex. And I think C9 actually has the angle, has the strength to try and do this.
And now, here come Cloud9.
Oh, Trevor, be careful.
They're trying to find that way in. They don't have much vision. So much fog of war. Golden Guardians. They need to play with that right now. Choose over on one side.
Look at the lanes. All 3 lanes.
Ooh, and now here comes the engage. Darshan able to lead the charge. Puts out the Undying Rage. He'll be able to find a disengage. But the charm from Choose, beautifully timed. Gets a pick. Cloud9 now down a member as they try and contest this Drake.
And the longer Golden Guardians stall this out, the more ults they get. It's Choose.
Ooh, on the back line, hostile takeover over the land, but look at Choose go. He's trying to find Sheedan. Sheedan, will he be able to survive? Oh my goodness, the bailout keeps him alive. He's going after Chime. A double kill coming out from Sheedan, and suddenly Cloud9. It was very close, but they're able to clutch out and keep this even.
I don't know if they can fight the dragon, though. Look at how low the health bars are as Acadian hunting the rest of C9. If Wixie, Sheedan shows, they're going to be in trouble as here comes Kane.
Acadian, here comes Acadian. He's looking for Sheedan. Puts the ultimate onto Sheedan, and like that, Sheedan's gonna be able to drop. No, Sheedan's still alive. Whoa, Wixie's able to get him, and suddenly Wixie and Copy are popping off. Sheedan did not get the kill in time. Acadian, I mean, as Sheedan was able to stay alive for just a moment longer, and Cloud9 take the fight.
I think Sheedan dropped the smite on the crab. That's what actually kept him alive in that skirmish as Copy shredded the rest of Golden Guardians, and GG without the ults just couldn't quite put it together. You can see Concept still has that cannon barrage. I wasn't able to tell if he didn't get it down in the fight or if it just came off cooldown. Same with the Raze, same with Chime, and with the ults unavailable for Golden Guardians, the strength of the side laners of C9, that reigns supreme as they get themselves on soul point, but the fight continues. Goodbye, Trevor.
Golden Guardians, they're not going to take that sitting down. Grabbing Trevor on the return of this fight, but another tower going down over in the mid lane. Golden Guardians really backed up against the wall here.
Take a second look at this as Sheedan, man, this fight working with Trevor. Oh, the stun because of the rocks, and then Wixie flashing over the wall to make sure Sheedan lives. That was the big difference maker in this fight, because now on the back half, watch Sheedan again. He's going to smite this crab that gave him enough health to actually survive the play. That's why Acadian's not able to pick up the kill, and that's what enables Copy to shred the backside of Golden Guardians. Watch this. Smite. Yeah, it was hard to see because Acadian was on top of him, but Sheedan smited it. That's what enables him to live, and then Copy just shreds the rest of Golden Guardians. They overextended to try and take down Sheedan. Yes, he goes down, but Copy trades out too on the other half of the fight. And they pick up the 3rd dragon for themselves. The C9 continues to push this game forward in their favor.
Yeah, that 3rd Mountain Drake acquired by Cloud9. Dragon Soul Point now for Cloud9 as they take a lead. 4K, close to 5K now in their favor. They're going to continue pushing this one. 21 minutes into this. A strong performance coming out from those key members. Copy, Sheeden showing up. Darshan just absorbing so much damage. Now controlling that side lane. Getting Copy over in the top side. Darshan in the bot side. The rest looking to set up that 1-3-1.
Golden Guardians trying to stay strong, as I think C9, if they keep on spreading out the map, again, so difficult for them. Is Sheeden.
Ooh, going in onto Sheeden. It's not enough. Choose. Bad choice right there. Array still going to look to clean this one up. Chime
Watch
gets
Copy.
the kill.
Watch Copy.
Here comes the teleport. Now Darshan's jumping
Copy.
in. The Devour used out of Chime. Here's Copy, though, waiting for that Devour to time out. Hostile takeover going to run right through the team. And now the ultimate used by Acadian, trying to get out of retreat. Darshan will slam down onto Array, looking for Acadian. Will hop over that wall. Acadian finds his safety, but you've lost Choose. You've lost Array. Only able to grab Sheeden. Cloud9 are still winning these fights.
And Copy's engage there was huge, as he connected with the ultimate and then found the two-man stun on the second half of the E. That's what enabled C9 to turn that one around, as Choose overreached at the start to get Sheeden. Yes, he trades out, but C9 still holds strong. Their soul lane are so strong in this game. And I know we haven't talked a lot about the bot lane, but honestly, Wixie, I don't think Golden Guardians has the damage to take down Wixie. Like this Callista, with the shield bow, with the Rage Blade, with the protection from Trevor as well, it feels like Wixie can just run rampant on the back half, where while the soul laners just create a mess, Wixie has gone untouched in all these team fights.
Taking another look at this fight right here. Darshan just runs in. Copy, you can see Vanguard's edge right away. And you spoke it. No one can really fight Copy on these fights. He's able to just run around. Wixie, as you were talking about,
he's untouched,
performing so well, untouched completely. What do Golden Guardians need to do to be able to find a fight? I mean,
they have to play
Gangplank is
picks.
scaling.
Yeah.
Do you wait for the late game?
No, you have to play for picks just like this. Just separate them and try and utilize the tools you have, as that's really nice from Choose. Darshan does have his ultimate up again.
They're chasing right now. Look at the rest of Cloud9. They're headed towards the bottom lane. So even if they do chase down Darshan, it'll take a while to take them. And by then, C9 are taking your inhibitors.
It at least is an objective bounty for the side of Golden Guardians, this top side. And I think this is the right game plan from them. Just try and separate the members of C9, because at the moment, C9's economy is too good. Their soul laners are too strong. And Sheeden's also, I mean, real big on this Talia. The solo magic damage is pumping out so much in this game. As if GG is able to slow down the fights, utilize the W from Rost, utilize the barrels from Gangplank, utilize the charms from Ahri, and try to at least find picks, play things out slow, that's when they have a chance. But if C9 are able to rampage on the backline, get their humongous soul laners on top of Golden Guardians, there's too many stats, too much damage on their side of the moment for G to deal with it. And if they lose this dragon, it only gets worse, because this is Mountain Soul on the table for C9.
Can't help but to feel like Golden Guardians just wish they had a pick tool. I mean, the Abyssal Dive usually needs some form of setup or vision control to be able to land cleanly. Now Golden Guardians looking for something here, able to get the knock-up on the Darshan, and now this is not too good for Cloud9. They're looking to back off. Health bar is a little bit low. Still taking a fight here. Sheeden high. Doesn't get a seismic shove, but gets a good chunk onto Choose.
Yeah.
Now Acadian starting to back off. So is Choose. Cloud9, even with the health bars getting chunked out at the start of this fight, they're the ones taking control.
And they survived the 3 big ultimates on the side of Golden Guardians. Is now Sheeden. Oh,
looking to go in. There goes Copy. He goes for the back. The Devour comes in, able to keep alive Acadian. Acadian goes right back in, and Darshan goes right after Choose.
Darshan.
He's angry, and he's looking for more. Gets a double kill, able to take down Array in the process. It will slide on out. Cloud9 losing no one in this fight will chase Golden Guardians to the hills to make sure there is nowhere that is safe.
And C9, again, if they survive the teamfight ultimates, the stats that are on the Trinity or on the Aurelia, it is way too much for Golden Guardians to deal with, as C9 survives the initial onslaught, turns it around on GG once the ults are down, take that Mountain Soul for themselves, and now move on to the Baron.
Cloud9, Mountain Soul, Baron. It is looking done and dusted at this point. Golden Guardians, they're desperately looking for a pick. They cannot get a pick on any member of Cloud9, and now they will have to deal with the siege. Now they'll have to deal with the split push. Now they'll have to deal with Cloud9.
And honestly, this is the C9 I was excited to see. Like, Sheeden with these soul laners, they have the potential to be such a beast, such a problem in this Academy split. As look again, The ults are down, and Darshan gets into the backline. There's no cannon barrage. Ahri was already super low from the initial fight skirmish, so with no ult, Ahri not very useful. And Darshan just runs rampant, able to one-shot Array as the Devourer was used on someone else. Too much for Golden Guardians to deal with as C9 just wiped them off the map.
Concept straggler right there.
Yeah, the try and
That's
steal the
always-
dragon.
Always be the last one.
Yeah.
Last one to be the ace just feels so doomed, so damned.
On the bright side, for
Is there a
Concept,
bright side?
he is playing a pirate, and there are a lot of shutdowns and objective bounties up. So potential for Concept to acquire some big booties.
Oh, God.
That's the one bright side.
We'll see if he can plunder those booties, Cubby. Only time will tell, and I don't think we need to wait much time because this game is coming to a close quite soon. Wixley gonna pop the ultimate to make sure that Chime is going.
Oh,
Chime
Sheeden.
Forever is gonna be okay. Now Sheeden over the wall, looking for Acadian. Jumping in, looking for more. Copy.
Oh.
Onto Chime, trying to find Acadian, gets rooted in the process. Darshan with a good clip on the way out. Now Inhibitors being attacked by Cloud9.
I love how Sheeden, too, just utilizing the ult, trying to get the waves. Where's that cannon going?
It's taking a detour.
That cannon's trolling, man. Oh, my God. Okay, Copy might go down.
Oh, hostile takeover. Doing a
It's
lot
too
of work
big.
right
Too
there. Now
much.
here comes Darshan. Gonna put out the Undying Rage and cleave away at the members of Golden Guardians. Choose. I'm sorry, Undying Rage won't block the Obelisk. Choose will get into the spawn, though. We'll be fine as Golden Guardians. They only got 2 up. There's 4 inside your base. Cloud9 are gonna take this game 1.
This is the C9 that I wanted to see this split. The fact that you have Copy, Darshan, 2 players that are so flexible, malleable. They can play the control mages and the side laners. Darshan can play the split pushers, can play the tanks, then you put them around Sheeden. The person who is rank 1, rank 2 in NA, the person making his debut on the competitive stage. I thought that their ability to unleash Sheeden with this roster could be huge, and with Darshan in that game, I think we really saw what Sheeden can do on this Taliyah as his Taliyah. The 2 games he's been able to get it, it's been fantastic this split.
Yeah, Sheeden has been such a hype prospect coming into this, and we just never really saw that performance come out other than that power farming, other than little bits of that selfish style. But now that Cloud9 are coming together, we're seeing just how good Sheeden can be. He is such an exciting jungler.
Yeah,
I'm
didn't need to
so
flame
excited to see
Horizon
more
that
of him.
game. You know,
Didn't need
the other
to.
2, hey, he did drop bombs on the other 2 games. It was big jungle games from Sheeden. But this one, a little bit more of a team effort. Really good to see from C9 and Sheeden as, hey, C9 with Darshan. More pieces of the Infinity Gauntlet being put together. Just got to get the bot lane in now. And C9 Academy, I think they're going to be a very powerful roster in Academy this split. They have high expectations for themselves. Good to see them start to step it up and meet those expectations for us.
All right, well, Cubby, I want my host back, so we're going to take a moment to take a short break. When we return, we'll have Mazel back for the intermission.